Hello everyone. So today I am here to talk about the second house in your birth chart. So the second house, what it represents, that's what I want to tell you today. So second house represents our family values. It represents our like family's wealth. It talks about all the holdings and everything that you gather from the family. It represents your family's, how your cultural beliefs of the family are, and it represents your facial expression, your speech. Your right eye is represented by the second house. So let's say if your second house has good placements, one gets the beautiful eyes, and also it talks about your vocal, your language is represented by the second house, and how you, when you speak, how you look in front of the public, your vocal capacity and the tone of your voice, all that is represented by second house. So just like as I said, it represents your facial expression. It covers your teeth, your looks, your facial looks in front of the public. That's what second house represents. So other than that, so how what happens when different planets are placed in the second house? So first of all, if it is placed, like if it has good placements in the second house, then you are looked as a very expressive, a very beautiful person in front of the public as per the placements. And let's say if the second house is afflicted by malefic planets or the malefic placements, then it has different impacts in your in your life as per the placement of your birth chart. So for an example, if second house is afflicted, let's say with Saturn, so if Saturn is placed in your second house, it's more of like the indulgence of food. It's like, because it also about like your taste and what you have acquired in terms of your food habits and all from your family. So if you eat like too much salty or too much food with preservatives, then Shani might give you affliction, and it might turn into some kind of bad things happening in terms of tumors or something. If there is other planets like Mars, then with spices and all that, it can create ulcers. If there's a Rahu in your second house, so because it's also a malefic planet, so Rahu, what it gives is like a taboo. It does like a taboo thing, like whatever is prohibited as per your culture, you get indulged in eating that kind of food. If Rahu is placed in second house, so there can be different kind of like placements which impacts it, like and then of course there is when other planets aspect, or how if there is any other good planet is conjunct with any malefic in your second house, that changes the analysis of how it's going to impact your life. And also, like, what happens when, like, let's say different planets otherwise are placed in second house. If we talk about how the family, because as I said, it is about your family, it's about your facial expressions, how you are perceived in public in terms of your whole facial personality, how your looks can be, how your face is going to look in public. So let's say if Sun is placed in your second house, so how family appreciates you is it in a very charismatic and in a very flamboyant manner. They appreciate your value in the family, and your face is more like bright and sunny looks. Like that's what you get when Sun is placed in second house, and without any other aspect or affliction to the second house. Let's say if Moon is placed in your second house, in that case, family is very sensitive and emotional in appreciating you in the family, appreciating your importance and all that, and that goes vice versa. And if moon is in the second house, then it's like you get more like a moon-like face, like round and pale kind of face. That's what you have if you have a moon in the second house. If Mars is in the second house, the family appreciates you, like your value, in a very bold and competitive manner whenever it's time to do that. If let's say Mercury is placed in your second house, the family appreciates you in a very expressive manner, in a very logical manner, and that's how if Mercury, like family appreciates your value and you value the family in a similar manner. And then at the same time, if Mercury is placed in your second house without any other aspect or affliction or conjunction, in that case, your brothers, your younger siblings are the one who take charge of taking care of your family wealth, because second house also denotes your family's wealth, your heritage, the family heritage. So if Mercury is placed, so younger sibling plays a major role in looking after the family value, family's history, and all that. If Jupiter is placed in your second house, what it shows is that you are getting all the wealth, family wealth is given to you, or you enjoy the family wealth through the blessings of your gurus or your teachers, or learning the values from your teachers at the same time. And it also means that your family appreciates you in a very expensive, in a very openly, like very in a multiple forms. It appreciates your value in the family. And if Venus is placed in your second house, it's a very good placement as well. It's a benefic, and you tend to enjoy the family's values, family heritage, and family wealth. You enjoy the luxuries through the family's wealth, and it comes to you in an easy way. And if Rahu is placed in the second house, if we talk about how family appreciates you and you appreciate the family, basically Rahu is an opportunist. So your family will wait for the best opportunity to appreciate you and your value in the family. So if Ketu is placed, that's the last one. So if Ketu is placed in your second house, so as I said, second house also talk about the speech, the language, number of languages. So in case Ketu is placed in your second house, you are in appreciating you, your family is pays little disregard to in appreciating your values, and it is like Ketu is like, it is kind of a planet which disconnects. So that's how you feel when it comes to your appreciation through the family, and similar it goes to vice versa, like you feel a little disconnected with the family and family values and your heritage, your family's wealth, but at the same time you might be very well versed in different languages. You might learn many languages if your Ketu is placed in second house. That also goes for Jupiter as well. It also gives you multiplicity of knowledge of the languages. So if Jupiter is placed in your second house, that also how it impacts when it comes to speech, it comes to your learning new languages. That's how different planets, if placed in the second house, impacts your total, how it's going to impact the whole birth chart and how it's going to manifest in your life through the second house. So I hope you liked this video, and if you have any questions, you can always send me a message, as I say, and let me know how you like it. And yeah, I will be coming up with something more and interesting pretty soon again. Till then, you enjoy your time. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.